This short video explains how to install and deploy the CMDB-360 AWS satellites. There are three ways to install or deploy the CMDB-360 AWS satellites. You can install it from the AWS Marketplace as a cloud appliance. You can install a Docker image from Docker Hub. You can run the installer on any compute instance. In AWS or other, deployment from the AWS Marketplace is the preferred method of deployment due to its simplicity. The CMDB-360 AWS Marketplace appliance has been validated by AWS and is maintained in the AWS Marketplace catalog. The Marketplace appliance deploys an Ubuntu ARM or virtual machine with the AWS Satellite software and all associated tools pre-installed. During the deployment, you select the desired region location within your account. Once deployed, you simply configure the satellite to your account. All updates to it will be delivered using the internal satellite update mechanism used by all satellites, but you may also use the AWS Marketplace catalog to deploy updated versions, but you will have to reconfigure it. Running as a Docker instance may be your choice if your organization has opted to use this method for deployments. If you have a compute instance with Docker installed, you may also download the public Docker image and run the AWS satellite, much like you would any other public Docker image. Simply issue the provided Docker pull command and then run the instance. All updates to the AWS satellite will be delivered using the internal satellite update mechanism used by all satellites, but you may also use Docker to pull the latest version, but you will have to reconfigure it. To learn more about installing the AWS satellite on a Docker host, visit the CMDB-360 documentation on AWS satellites. A more manual, third method of installing is to run an installer on any compute instance. You may provision any Linux compute instance running Oracle Linux 9 or Ubuntu 22 on ARM and install the AWS Satellite software using the installer graphical utility or the Satellite Auto Installer non-interactive utility for scripts. The provisioned compute instance must have at least one CPU and 4 GB RAM, along with at least 20 GB disk. Please note that if you install any additional software, such as security tools, you must designate at least the required minimal resources to the satellite for optimal performance. You may obtain a link to the current installer or auto-installer utilities and documentation from your CMDB-360 portal under the deployed AWS Satellite Details screen. One thing to note is that CMDB-360 recommends that the AWS satellite be deployed and reside within the target customer AWS account in order to keep all sensitive data within the customer's cloud account. You may, however, install the satellite in any other location, such as your corporate data center. There are some limitations to this deployment. For more information on CMDB-360 and AWS satellites, visit www.cmdb360.com.